going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope y'all are blessed and everything is good is coming to you. So, good vibes, good vibes. But this story, not so much good vibe. So, back in the days, I used to be involved in like lowriders and custom cars, stuff like that. And I used to roll with the car club, and there was this guy that the car club introduced me to. And this guy was from Southern California, and he did really good like upholstery work. So I wanted to get some custom stuff done to my car, and this guy was like, yeah, dude, like I could hook you up for a really good price. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I trailered my car to his house to get some work done. And we'll just call this guy my buddy, even though he's not really my buddy. It's just somebody that I knew from back in the day. And this guy was into other stuff too. He was into making fast cash, fast money, underground business. And I don't mean like underground construction. I mean like underground. We'll just leave it as that. So my buddy gets a call from this guy he owes money to. The guy he owes money to is from Central California. Where this is going down is in Northern California. So my buddy gets a call from this guy. This guy says, hey man, I need my money. You owe me money? I want my money. My buddy's like, I don't have the money. Like, I'm trying to get the money. If I had the money, I'd give it to you, but I don't have the money. The guy says, I'm coming up, and you better have my money when I show up. So, a couple hours later, my buddy gets a call again from the same guy. Yeah, you're going to have my money, right? I'm on my way. You better take me serious. He's like, I'm taking you serious. It's just, I don't have the money, dude. I don't have it. Sorry. Like, don't come up here because you're going to waste your time. I'll get you your money. The guy's like, wrong answer. You better be ready when I show up. So my buddy's tripping, and he calls the cops because he knows what kind of person this guy is, and he knows that it's going to be all bad when this guy shows up. He calls the cops and says, hey man, something's about to happen over here. Like, I don't know if maybe somebody could come here and just make sure that something doesn't happen when this guy shows up. The cops didn't have time. They're like, sorry. This town that this guy lives in, where this shit has happened or it's going to happen, it's in a town where no homicide has ever happened since like the early 80s. So they're not used to that. So they're like, sorry, we don't have time for that. So my buddy's like, oh shit, well, I guess I'm going to have to handle it when the guy shows up. So the guy shows up. The guy pulls up in front of his house, a little bit creeped over, and the guy was with a friend. There was a guy in the driver's seat. The guy he owed money to was on the passenger side. The guy he owes money to steps out the car and says, hey, you got my money, right? My buddy's sitting on the porch. He's like, bro, I told you I don't have the money. The guy says, wrong answer, and lets off a couple rounds towards my buddy. My buddy knew that it was going to happen, so he had his gun on him and lit the guy up. The driver ended up taking off from the scene, obviously because he didn't want to get shot at. So the guy's on the ground and he's not doing too well. My buddy knows that that guy was not gonna live. So he finished it off. Cops come, they're tripping out, they're shaking because they've never seen anything like that before. And my buddy, he left, the pistol next to the body and waited for the cops to come. Because he knew, like, hey man, like, I told you guys. So my buddy ended up getting 5 years for that. And it was more or less because it was self-defense. He would have got away for self-defense. But because he put those last rounds in the guy, and he did it because he didn't want that guy to suffer, because he already knew he was gone and done. He got 5 years. I mean, he got lucky. He didn't get longer. But yeah, man, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And we would never know, like, if that guy that stepped out of his car, did he step out of his car and shoot those rounds? It's like, you know, hey, these are warning signs. Like, next time it'll hit you if you don't have my money. We would never know. You know, you pull something out and you let one go, people are going to assume that you're trying to take their life. Very dangerous game, people. Very dangerous game all the way around. Guns, the underworld, you know, just everything. Everything. Be safe out there. I just wanted to tell that story, you know, for people that want to try to pull something out on somebody. Don't joke around with that shit. Don't let one off as a, hey, this is a warning shot, because somebody might take it as a serious one, and you might end up paying the price for it in the end. So, in the end, I never got my car back. I did get my car back, but it wasn't done. Unfortunate for three of us. The guy that didn't make it, the guy that went to prison, and me with no upholstery done. So, y'all be safe. Stay blessed. You know, don't think when I tell these stories that I'm tied to, you know, that kind of underworld. It's just, you know, some of the people that I used to hang out with, as far as like the lowrider scene, some people are tied to that. The only reason why I knew that story is because I seen that guy 5-6 years later when he was gone. You know, when he got out, I ran into him at a store, and he told me everything that had happened. So everything that I speak to on here is true. Everything that all my stories, there's no lie. These are honest truths. Stuff that I've lived through, or stuff that I know people that have lived through, or not lived through. So y'all be safe, be blessed, take care. Talk to you soon.